I heard footsteps stop outside my door in an abandoned haunted house, and nothing came in. There are moments in life that never leave you. Not because they were dramatic, not because anyone died, but because of what didn't happen and how that somehow made it worse. This is my story. It happened 37 years ago. I was 18, and I have never fully explained it to anyone until now. It was the summer of 1988. My mate and I were young, skint, and full of bad ideas. Henley Regatta was on, that classic British spectacle of posh people in blazers drinking, pims on boats, and we thought, why not gate crash it? We had no money for accommodation, but a mate of a mate told us about an old abandoned house just outside Henley, empty, unlocked, perfect for a couple of nights roughing it. We found it just before dark. It was a large, two-story house, white, or it had been white once. Now it was gray with grime and age. The grounds were overgrown. The ground floor windows and doors were all boarded up, every single one, except for one window where the boards had been ripped clean off. We climbed through. The inside was cold, even in summer. Bare floorboards, peeling walls. The light was fading fast. And then we saw them, drawn on the floor of the main room, symbols, occult symbols, devil worship markings. I don't know exactly what they were, but they weren't left by teenagers messing around. These were deliberate, careful, and around them, like some kind of ritual ring, the melted black stumps of dozens of candles. My stomach dropped. We looked at each other. We were 18. We were idiots. We decided to stay anyway. We found a room, upstairs, as far from that symbol, room as we could get, threw our sleeping bags down, and headed into Henley for the night. Eat, drink, forget about the creepy house. We got back at around 1 in the morning. The house was darker. Now, quieter. The kind of quiet that. And then I heard it. Footsteps. Slow. Deliberate. Coming from somewhere down the corridor. Creak. 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 Those old bare floorboards. The ones that groaned under every step were announcing something. Something walking toward our room. My heart was slamming against my ribs. I didn't move. I didn't speak. I didn't wake my friend. I just lay there, rigid, listening. The footsteps got closer. And closer. And closer. And then, they stopped. Right outside our door. Nothing happened. The door didn't open. There was no knock. No voice. No breathing on the other side. Just silence. I lay there for 3 hours. I know that sounds unbelievable, but it's the truth. 3 hours, not moving, eyes fixed on that door handle, waiting. The footsteps never walked away. There was no creak of retreat, no sound of someone leaving. Whatever had walked down that corridor, it just stopped. And stayed. I think I finally passed out from exhaustion sometime before dawn. In the morning I said nothing to my mate. I don't even know why. Maybe I thought he'd laugh. Maybe I needed to convince myself it hadn't happened. We left that house and never went back. But here's the thing that has stayed with me for 37 years. It's not the symbols, it's not the dark. It's not even the fear that I remember most clearly. It's the silence after the footsteps stopped. Because a person walks away. An animal walks away. The wind doesn't walk in measured steps down a corridor and stop outside a specific door. I'm 55 now. I'm not a superstitious man. But I have never been able to explain what I heard that night in that house in Henley. And I've stopped trying. If you've had an experience you can't explain, drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If this gave you chills, hit like. It genuinely helps the channel. Subscribe if you're new, because real stories are what we do here. And if you're watching this late at night, alone, listen carefully to the corridor outside your room.